Good morning, friends. Today is Monday, October 19th. Go ahead and head up your paper, percent application, finding the part. We're going to be given some parts. We're going to be given some percents. We're going to be given the whole. We're going to be given some percents, and we're going to find the part. Okay? Your learning goal for today, when given the percent of a quantity, I can find the part. Okay, so here's where we are, and I have gone ahead and filled out a little bit of this. Finding the percent of a number can be helpful in everyday life. You know, remember I told you early on when we started this unit, if you didn't get anything else out of this year, I wanted you to know how to do percents. That would be the one that would be most beneficial to you. So we've got this problem. Al Paulson Middle School, 75% of the sixth grade class is making a B or higher. If there are 24 students in the sixth grade class, then how many are making a B or higher? So I've gone ahead and jotted down some things that we know. We know that there are 24 students, and we know that 75% are making a B or higher. What do we need to know? Well, we need to know how many students are making a B or higher. That's the question. Okay? Are we looking for the part or the whole? Okay? So this says 24 students in the sixth grade class. Does that represent all of the students? Does it just represent part of the students? Well, it represents all of the students, so we are looking for the part. Okay? So let's see what this strip diagram, we usually call them tape diagrams. Let's take a look at what it looks like. Okay? So we've got 100% out here. And right here in the middle, I'm going to go ahead and drop 50%, okay? Because that's an easy. We also know that all the students represent 24. The question is, how many students does 75 represent? Okay, so we've got a couple of ways we can do this. We can go halfway. We can do some skip counting like we've done before with the double number lines and go halfway between 12 and 24. Or we can set up a proportion. We can say x over 75 equals 24 over 100. And some people call this the butterfly method. We're going to multiply 75 times 24 and 100 times x. 75 times 24, I think is 1800, equals 100x. Divide both sides by 100. And my answer is 18. So 18 students are making a B or higher. Okay? 18 students. That's my answer for that one. Okay? Does my solution answer the question? Yes, it does. 18 students. All right. This time we're going to set up some strip diagrams. We're not going to solve them, but we are going to set up some strip diagrams here. Number one says the campus demographics state that 40% of the students are male. If there are 300 students, then how many are male? Well, we can go ahead and put our percent in place. And we know that 40% is a little bit less than 50, so I'm going to put 40% right here. Now, are the 300 students, is that all of the students? Or is that just part of the students? Well, if you said all of the students, you would be correct. So we have our proportion set up already. I'm going to grab my calculator. I am going to go ahead and solve this one. X over 40 equals 300 over 100. Okay, and this can all be done in one step, the cross multiplying. I'm going to multiply 40 times 300, okay? 40 times 300, and I get 12,000. I'm going to divide by 100, and that gives me 120. So 120 students are male. Now, I can see a question like this on your EOG, and I can see you being asked, well, if 120 are male, how many are female? And you would simply take 300, because 300 is the whole student body. If 120 are male, that would mean 180 would have to be female. Okay? So let's look at this other one. Janet's neighborhood, 65% of the households have a landline phone. If there are 80 households in the neighborhood, how many have a landline? Again, I'm going to go ahead and put my percents in. That's easy. That is easy. 65%, that's going to be a little bit more than 50. So I'm going to put 65 about right here. 65%. Does 80 represent the part or the whole? 80 represents the whole. So I've got X over 65 equals 80 over 100. I'm going to get my handy dandy calculator again. 80 times 65 equals 5,200. I'm going to divide that by 100, and I get 52. X is equal to 52. 52 households have a landline. Okay? All right, let's go to the next page. Okay? Setting up a proportion can be helpful when the problems are more complicated. A proportion is simply two equal ratios. Okay? So the campus demographics state that 42% of the students are male. If there are 300 students, then how many are male? 300. Here's my percent on the bottom, and I'm going to go ahead and label it. Here's 42% right here, and we don't know what this is. Okay? So I'm going to put 42 over 100. Keep your percents together. 42 went in the numerator, so this has got to go in the numerator. X over 300. Now, I'm going to cross multiply just like I did before. 42 times 300 equals 12,600 divided by 100. So I have X is equal to 126. Now, I want you at this point to pause the video and try numbers 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay? So, here's what you should have for numbers 3, 4, 5, and 6. Pause the video if you need to and look at these proportions, how they're set up. Okay? Remember your percent. Your part is always over your whole. Your part is always over your whole. Part in the numerator, whole in the denominator. Okay? All right. Questions? Okay? So I would like for you to go to your Canvas page and find homework 7. Please submit that and show your work. Okay? See you tomorrow.